up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. In this episode, I'm here in this tiny little town outside of Yosemite, and I got a date with an M5 parts car. Stay tuned. So I drove all day and night last night to get out into the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're really in the middle of nowhere. And then I'm going to continue further into the middle of nowhere to some guy's house that apparently has an M5 parts car. I really hope A, I don't get screwed and this thing exists, and B, he doesn't chop me up to bits and put me in his freezer. We'll head out there now and check out this car. Apparently it has every single part we need to fix my M5. Not to be too judgy, but this place looks really nice, so I think my odds of being chopped into bits went down significantly. All right, guys, we are out here in BMW heaven. Parts car, project car, parts car, all sorts of stuff. But we got this awesome working area to work, and a lot of this car has actually already been kind of stripped down for us. So you can see things like headlights over there, radiator fan that we're gonna need, our front bumper. This is that front kind of top piece for the core support that has where the hoods clip in to the car and some other odds and ends. And here is the parts car that we're gonna be working on. So I think it's called a rod bearing or something like that goes crazy in these engines somewhat frequently. Luckily, I know mine has been done. I would expect an asterisk over here explaining exactly the right word for the part that I just mangled. Anywho, so that is that's kind of what made this engine go bad, and thus we have a parts car here. So when we're looking at breaking this down, we're going to be right now we're going to jump into it and go ahead and take this part off, which kind of comes into a cross support. Feels like it might actually be plastic, but it's probably aluminum. Cross support that comes kind of down here, and this is key for holding some other stuff. This is kind of a flimsy part. The other part that I just showed you is a much more important part. And then once we get that stuff cleared out, we'll have a better idea of how we're going to go ahead and remove this tray right here, because if you guys remember, mine was broken. And this tray that holds the radiator and other things is pretty important to me. So my plan is to get this out, and then we'll have a clear angle of how we're going to go ahead and pull the power steering cooler, which is right here, which we need a replacement of, and our AC condenser. Yeah, I wanted to say compressor. This is going to be one of the first cars that we actually fix the AC on it. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and start tearing it down. We've got the front core support off successfully. It was actually really easy. So we got front impact bar, front core support, the air filters, the shrouding, these sideways, these whatever these are like, you know, connecting scaffolding pieces and stuff like that. And very importantly, all the stuff that's going to kind of house the headlight and hold it in there real nicely, because all that stuff on my car is just completely shattered. So the progress is going extremely fast, which is pretty cool. So I think the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is this car has already had its AC drained, so we're going to go ahead and pull these AC lines off, salvage the AC, get this power steering thing off. And like I said, this plastic thing is something that I really need, so we're going to have to take the oil cooler off of it and then kind of try and take it out as one unit. But that whole core support, man, that front, that one piece just in and out, that was smooth. And just like that, one unit, we got the plastic that I need to hold my radiator, because if you guys remember, this all shattered on mine, and we have the AC condenser, and we have the power steering. It all came out in one unit. Starting to learn when you're with some guys that know a thing or two about the car you're working on. This part out goes a lot faster than I thought it would, because these guys know the bolts to take off. Just two components right now, and we've got the majority of all the parts that we need. Next piece we're going to go ahead and get off is this pulley, because we believe that mine is out of round That's an Evan term, and he's an engineer, so I believe that's the right term. So we're gonna get that pulley off of this car, and then we're gonna go ahead and move over here to the fender and remove this fender, because if you guys remember, mine was just demolished. Piece is off. The fender is off. This is all starting to go a little too easy, but we got it off. It looks great. It's very nice, lightweight aluminum fender, I believe. And there we go. What's next? All right, for the next piece, I need this part of the, what would you call that? That's part of the frame, the apron. Oh, that's a good word. I need this part of the apron. So it's got some stitch welds. It's got some spot welds. We're gonna go ahead and unweld this from the car so I can take it home. Plans change. It's a real thing. So we started looking at how this thing detaches, and Brett over here has a wholesale account with BMW, and he's able to just order me this piece if we need to, but it was looking like for us to cut this thing out, these aren't spot welds, these are actually like machined rivets. It's straight up welded onto here, and then as we get underneath, it gets really chaotic looking, and it's just really not worth it. And then we started talking about actually like the idea of restoring my piece, because really what this does is this comes across here, and it holds it lines up with that one over here, and then we bolt onto there and there, and we have our like nice little cross member. So as long as I line that up dead center, we should be fine. And mine wasn't that badly damaged. This is all just, you know, sheet metal. So what I'd like to do is get back, massage mine around a little bit, re-weld. See, these are spot welds, and on mine they popped. I'd like to weld them back. So the idea is when I get home, I'm gonna try and fix mine up. If I can't fix mine up, I'm gonna go ahead and order this piece from BMW. It's $250 piece. And then I will cut the crap out of my car to get it off, because I really don't wanna do that to this one. Let's take the hood off. Is off. Now hood plus FJ, I'm not really sure how we're gonna make that work. But other than that, this car, well, I've got all the parts off of the car that I need. It looks really cool. You guys should check this. I know you want me to have individual throttle bodies, but then we'd have to go speed density, and it's just chaos. But yes, that would look so cool. But it's completely broken down. That's it. I've got all the parts I need. Let's try and figure out how to put the hood on the FJ. Loaded up. We got all the parts in the back, and these guys here helped me out. We got some ingenious zip tie going on to get this hood on here. It's like really on here, and it's really cool. It's like a turtle shell for the top of the car. We'll see how bad it's going to blow around. You guys may notice I removed the light bars in preparation for this awesome hood mounting, but it's going to be good. This is going to be good. I made it 6 miles to get lunch, and so far the hood hasn't blown off the roof. It sounds weird to say hood off the roof, but that's where it is. Huge thanks to Brett and Will out there for emailing me, for reaching out, saying, hey man, I got this parts car, and then for helping me tear down. Like, this all got done way faster than I expected. I didn't think I'd be leaving here during the daytime. They really know their way around BMWs. Brett has a lot of M projects around there, so I put a link to his Instagram in the description. He also makes some parts for E36Ms, so I'll put a link to his shop in the description. Just all in all, great guys. It is really rare to find a parts car that hasn't been kind of completely torn through yet, but if you can, if you're like me and you know you're going like Copart crash car hunting style, and you get a crash car and you can find a project car that has all those pieces that aren't demolished and they're in good quality, man, it's such a great way to go. So we got everything at a great deal. Brett shot me a great deal on all these parts, and I will do a price breakdown on the M5, how much I bought it for and how much the parts cost later on. But just like the Aston Martin, it is going to be hopefully one of the cheapest built M5s ever recorded, which I am really excited about. So that's it. I'm gonna eat lunch here, and then we're gonna get on the highway, and I will give you guys an update on whether or not the hood flies off of the roof. I'm in Sacramento. Whenever I'm on the road, I don't know why, but I love getting Hooters wings. It's kind of a tradition to stop in Sacramento and get Hooters wings on my way back up north. So I'm gonna get some dinner here before I keep heading on down the road. Oh, I forgot I left a GoPro on the roof of the car. Should get that before it disappears. Fun camera hack for any of you aspiring YouTubers. Run down to like Harbor Freight and buy a magnet, throw a bolt through the bottom that attaches to your GoPro mount like that. Then you got a really, really tough magnetized GoPro mount and you can throw it anywhere that's metal. And after all that, they didn't leave the light on for me. I'd like to now go into a small rant about security, and because we have the time, why the hell not? So my key was bad, right? And I just walked down there and I went, hey, my key didn't work. And she kind of noticed my face and she just goes, oh, okay, what room were you in? And I thought about it and I was like, I could just pick. So imagine this. You show up to the hotel, you maybe look around the parking lot, scope out a couple of room numbers. I don't know, maybe the one with the Tesla on the end. Then you check into your room, but then you go down to the hotel lobby and you go, oh, my key didn't work. And then they ask you what number, you give them the Tesla room number, and then they give you the key to their room. Now you have one room that's still open, you go hide out there, wait till the Tesla people go out to dinner, and then boom, Teslas are all robbed. You could even probably take the Tesla. No, they'd probably take the keys. But you get the picture. Security issue number 2. Being on the second story is great. We got this nice balcony and I wanted to overlook my car because I obviously have the M5 roof strapped to the top of it. Now, this is a little bit of a vulnerability, right? So I wanted to be able to observe my property. That thing is held on there with the most hardcore zip ties in the world, but that's how it's attached. So somebody could come up and steal it. So I thought, okay, on the balcony, second story, this is great. There's a problem with the car, I go down, I deal with problem. Not quite. If you have a problem on this balcony, the stairs are here on the other side of the hotel. Which means that if absolutely anything goes wrong with my M5 hood, I'm going to have to Batman over this railing, land on the roof of my car, landing on the hood of my other car, thus defeating the purpose of saving the hood. Other than those small concerns, I gotta say Motel 6 is getting a little bit better. I think I may have spent too much time alone in a car. Alright, that concludes the Motel 6 safety briefing. And if you'll excuse me, I gotta sit down at this wonderfully made $4 table and get on my computer and try and make some money to pay for these cars. I did not succeed in making any money last night. I actually spent $157, but we have stickers coming out for the Aston Martin. At least we'll have a beautiful cow. At least the hood's still there. I packed so poorly for this trip. I packed 2 shirts for 3 days and they were the exact same shirt. Let's see if I can get dressed a little bit more appropriately for this weather. See if I can do this. Did I do it? I think I did it. Time will tell. So my new goal for today is to see some snow. It's raining right now. I'm about to drive over a giant mountain pass. Let's see if we can get some snow action. Bad news, guys. No snow. It was about 54 degrees driving over that mountain pass. That is not snow conditions, but great conditions for safe driving. So that's where I'm gonna end this episode. I'm 2 hours away from home. Gonna go have dinner with Adrian and catch up on things since I've been out of town for like 20 days now or something crazy, 18 days. We got all the parts for the M5. The headlight is the only part that I didn't buy off of Brett, and that is being shipped to my house right now because I decided to purchase one online to get a matching headlight. And then the next part of the build is we gotta get the M5 to me. So it's being shipped up from San Diego right now. I cannot wait. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go start work on a rear diffuser for the Aston Martin, and that'll be in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please tune in for the next one. If you wanna watch builds go a little bit faster, check out our sister channel, brother channel, whatever, partner channel, Built Not Bought. The link is in the description if you wanna check that out. And thank you guys for all the support. If you wanna support this channel, head over to bsforbuild.com. That's where you can find our merch. And please remember to like and subscribe. That's it, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.